Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the 80s Cyclist, and I'm bringing you my very first video. This was the Yuma lettuce ride 2017. It was a USAC sanctioned event, but it was a fun ride. So we stopped at a lot of stop signs and lights, like you can see this guy here just stopping, even though those people in front of him kept going. I decided to stop. And there's my friend Sam in front of us. He's got his leg warmers on, no socks. He doesn't care, he's like the honey badger, man. He just doesn't even care, he just goes out there and kills it. So here we are coming up on the first hill of the ride, and that guy out in front there in the red, he decides that he's gonna kill it. So he goes out. This guy behind him, I decided to follow him. I shouldn't have. I'm a bigger guy, about 190 pounds or so, and so my strategy really should have been to start out in the front, but then ease off on the watts and just kind of trail all the way to the end of the group at the back, end up at the back at the top of the hill. That way I don't kill myself using a lot of watts to get up a hill when smaller guys are using less watts to do so. And then I can still stay with the group and work my way up when I get to the flats. But I was afraid of a group getting away, getting through a light, and then we get stuck at a red light. So here's this guy, he's burnt out, and I never see him the rest of the ride. So I'm thinking I better catch up to these guys, because if they get through a light and then everybody else gets stopped at a light, you just never know. It's kind of a gamble on this ride, because unfortunately, you know, you got to obey the traffic laws. So these guys are going kind of hard, and I don't really like what happens here, because they get to the top and then they just kind of peter out and they let off the gas and they let everybody catch up. And I just thought, what a waste of energy. Why did we do that? Really shouldn't have done that. It was just a complete waste of energy. What you should do is just continue to save some energy, continue to roll over the top with as much energy as you put going up the hill, if not more, and then go down, and you can really make up some good time doing that. So I just try to stay on these guys' wheels till we get to a light, and then we get stopped, of course, and then everybody catches up. And so that's 0 watts. I mean, I'm not gonna get in front of him and do anything. So here I see my friend Sam. He's up at the front right now, and he's looking back at me because we'd planned to make a breakaway right here, because we knew this course and we knew that there would only be these next 2 lights, and then after that there wasn't another light for like another 15 minutes. So we decided it'd be a good chance to try to break away from the group. And he said he was gonna like grab his helmet when he was about to attack, and so I was just, you know, I think he's looking back at me saying, okay, where are you, Darren? And so I'm right here, and I think this is when he does it. He's like, okay, this is it. He grabs his helmet and he's getting ready to go. But I was like, no, I yelled, no. See, he's right there, and I'm yelling no, because there's another light, and if we would have gotten stopped at that light, it would have sucked. So right here, we're in the middle of the intersection, it turns red, and I'm just like, go, go, go. So I put on the gas a little bit, and I thought we left everybody at that red light. Turns out that they didn't stop at the red light and they kept going through. But I guess our effort was good enough that, you know, we did get a gap on them about 30 seconds. And we kind of had the strategy of 280 to 300 watts in front, and then switch off every minute. And you can see my watts go way down here, which is awesome. I love seeing this when you're drafting, because Sam is doing about anywhere from 280 to 320 watts. You can see my watts are like anywhere from 130 to, you know, 300, well, 250, whatever. The draft is awesome. So really we could have gone harder. His FTP is about 280, mine's about 300. So I mean, really, we could have gone harder since we're trading off every minute. We basically are still 30 seconds ahead of the group, and there was one guy who actually did have the fortune of making it through some lights where we got stopped at, and I believe we're about to catch up with him right here. We decide that we don't really want to bring him in with us because we don't know him and we don't think that he's gonna work off the front at all. We think he's probably, we don't know him, so he's probably just gonna do whatever he wants, and if he drafts off us and then he takes his turn at the front, he's just gonna slow us down and not really go hard. So anyway, we just decide to just give it a small little effort here, and just as we come around him, just try not to let him get on, and he doesn't. I don't think he wanted to or cared, I'm not sure, but I don't think he even tried to get on our wheels. So anyway, we're going good like this for about 15 minutes, and then bam, right here we see the light turn red, and there's really nothing we're gonna do. We're not gonna run it. So I mean, you gotta obey the traffic laws. It's a fun ride. So, well, I mean, obviously people are still racing, but we stop, and bam, they all catch up with us right here. So later on down the line, Sam like wants to make another move, and he's trying to pretend that he's like working really hard, and even though I'm only doing 130 watts behind him, and I'm sure that's what everyone else is doing, and they're probably thinking, yeah, right, buddy. But anyway, I don't know, he probably wanted to like go soon, and I have no idea. He tries to make something go here, which I didn't know he wanted to, and so he just starts going, and I'm doing about 300 or so, 250 to 300, and I'm just kind of, wait a minute, he's getting ahead of me, what is he doing? And so I start thinking, okay, I better catch up to him, so I give a tiny little effort here, and not enough really for the people to leave the people behind. So basically I just pretty much led everybody back up to him, which was stupid. I should have just, you know, gave a good effort and attacked and caught up with them, and then we should have just, you know, continued on with our strategy of like, you know, switching off 320 watts at the front for a minute while the other person drafts. But I didn't do that, and everybody's on my wheel almost pretty much, or they're really close behind, and so you know, I'm not really going very fast here, and I'm not really sure what's going on. He kind of goes again, and I'm just like, okay, I guess it's like, you know, not even 700 watts here. I'm sure people are still like right on our wheel, but it looks like he's flicking his elbow for me to come through, so I'm like, well, all right. So I come through, and I, you know, I'm thinking, okay, there's about maybe 4 miles left, three miles left in this race, and we're at the front, or at the very front here. So I'm like, okay, you see me going, I'm like 330, and I look behind me, and everybody's there, and you see me just, okay, forget it, I'm not wasting any energy. So I just get, if I was on the front, I'm like, I'm not doing over 220. So then we get to the end of the race here, and Sam shoots off the front on the left here, shoots off the front. I follow him. Unfortunately, there's a car that comes right in front of him, of course, because it's a fun ride. They're not blocking traffic, and he's got to wait. So I go around him, and boom, this is it, the sprint to the finish. I just start going for it. There's one more turn here, which they really should have ended the race like right here, but there's this stupid little turn, and then I look back behind me, and I see somebody kind of coming, so I just give a small effort, and that was it. But it was a really fun ride, and this is my first race that I ever won, so I was pretty stoked on that. And later that day I was pretty happy because we did some sprints, and I got my peak power up to like 1386 or something like that. So it was a really fun day for me, and we ended up riding another 30 miles, so it was like a 70-mile total ride. that day. So, all right, thanks for watching. See you later.